Alright, welcome back. So, for this particular episode of Lost Dimension, it's gonna be a lot of talking. It's kind of like a Social Link episode of Persona.
Hey.
Only everybody's in the exact same space. And you don't get, like, cool benefits. Well, you do get kind of one benefit that I show off in this episode. And that's if you hang out with a character enough, you unlock one of their, like, affinity missions. To where you can, like, establish a stronger bond with that particular teammate. Yeah, the reason why there's a lot of talking going on in this particular update is because I used one of the DLC items, which is called the Icon of Trust. And what that does is, it raises the trust levels of one of your teammates to the absolute max. And as such, since everybody's already at, like, maximum trust, with the exception of Marco, they have a lot to say. Yeah, you're going to be... More than half the episode is going to be dedicated to people talking. So if that's not your cup of tea, either please fast forward or move on to the... Or the next update will have a lot more combat, so that'll sort of balance it out. I just figured I'd get all the talking done out of the way in one update as opposed to, like, dragging it out any longer.
Or rather...
But hey, if this is a bit of a tease, the next update will be really cool because it'll have a lot more plot stuff. And we might be seeing some familiar characters.
But you know...
It's kind of impressive that that Toya is not really that tense considering the fate of the world is, like, at risk. Even though he might be a bit arrogant. Although I guess that can't be helped given his upbringing.
It's just...
Here, having electrical and magnetic powers doesn't make you any more special than anybody else. Yeah, so the teammate mission that we do in this update is Mana's. I'm honestly shocked that Mana was the only one we got a mission from. Yeah, I'm sure Show's not going to do anything particularly rash in a enclosed space where pretty much anybody can see. And also, let's be honest, Mana's probably the strongest member here, who could probably crush his face if he tried anything funny.
Thank you.
Or wait, I guess gifts don't really work in this particular space, but still, she could probably just deck him in the face. And oh my god, Mana's faking an accent. I never would have guessed that. So if Mana's not actually from Britain, then where is she from? I guess her name would imply that she's Japanese or something. Considering the only characters, like, who don't have outright Japanese names are, let's say, Marco Barbado, George Jackman, and maybe Toya? I think those might be the only names that are not, like, outright Japanese. Toya I might be pushing a little bit. I was kind of hoping that this would be, like, really obvious G Gundam levels of, like, anime representations of their particular countries. Like, George is obviously the most American character to the point where he just screams American. I don't know. I understand that G Gundam is really stupid and a little more than a little absurd. But it's also really fun. I like the interpretation that Neo America is just a giant fucking star. I wouldn't say that you're not cute to the girl who has the power called Overdrive. I can literally see Mana doing a yellow sunlight overdrive.
But
That's a good point that Show brings up. Whoever thinks the English accent isn't cute can't be considered a human being? The What kind of, like, mentality is that? So she wants to compensate for her ability by acting overly cute? I mean, I guess. I guess that would explain the little tie and the little backpack and the bow ties and the twin drill hair things. And I guess the glasses too. Is she faking astigmatism as well because glasses are cute?
you're right.
Is she literally making herself a fetish character just to be cute? Is that like the whole main gist of Mana's character? And of course she has a schoolgirl skirt, because that also adds to the aesthetic. Waffling. Is that a British term? Waffling around? Huh. I haven't had waffles in a while. Those sound pretty good right now. I've never lost to boys in arm wrestling. I'm not shocked. I'm pretty sure that there's more than a few guys who really like strong women. I like strong women.
Hey.
Alright, so now it's time for Mana's side mission. A place to shine. And now the tutorial is going to go over, like, character missions. So basically what these do is they give you a little bit more in-depth analysis, like, a bit more characterization of that particular character whose mission you're going on. It also, I think, gives you a gift point to work with. And also, once you finish it, you get a character file, like the little files that we picked up a couple of times. That gives you more information about the character that you want to just read up on. Again, I'll be showing all those off toward the end of the playthrough, like at the last video, as an extra.
Yeah.
And here's where things got a little bit complicated because I wasn't exactly sure of what to say to Nagi. I mean, I'm glad that it lets me redo it over and over again, but that seems kind of like, it seems to work kind of similar to the social link thing and yet kind of against it. Or maybe that's just because I use the icon of trust on everybody and raise them to their levels so high. See, because like either of these options they seem both mean. They both seem really mean. And since I have to and then the game gives me an option to do it again. And then I mess up on it again. So it'll be like 3 times before I get the proper answer. So I'll be skipping over some repeated dialogue.
What is it?
I don't know. Because, unlike with Persona 4, where there are guides to deal with social links, because those aren't all set in stone, because people react differently and might have a positive reaction towards something that you would consider negative. Yeah, so I just skipped this. Like with this, there's fucking nothing. There's literally nothing on the social link aspects on this game. I mean, granted, you could probably redo it over and over again, but still, I I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 guides on GameFAQs for this game.
Thank you.
But then again, this is a really short game, more or less. Like, the way that you beat it kind of requires you to do a New Game Plus run. Yeah, so I had to do it a 3rd time to get it down pat. So you need to tell Nagi that she seems odd, apparently.
Huh, I see.
So I guess that's the proper thing to say to the soldier lady who's having issues with communication. I don't know, that just seems mean to me.
However, I see.
But I guess at least if it's something new that she has to have pointed out for her, I guess that works. Or maybe I messed it up. Because it doesn't give me an option to talk to her anymore.
Is something wrong?
Sojiro's I know I got wrong for his discussion. So maybe I got Nagi's wrong.
In that case...
I choose the wrong option on this particular dialogue. So Sojiro's kind of implicating himself saying that he's a murderer. But the wrong answer is this a true story?
Yes. What?
At least I think I did it wrong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it wrong because he says this disappoints me. So I guess I'll have to redo it again. So for some reason, Sojiro's link isn't nearly as strong as Nagi's to where I'm able to redo it over and over again. I don't know. Anyway, Zenji's a kind of the cool guy. He's been kind of warming up to us lately. Or maybe he's, every other time he just calls us a bastard.
Seriously?
I'm not really sure what we did to Zenji to piss him off. Yeah, speaking of which, what are we eating exactly?
Seriously?
When do our characters, eat during this entire mission? Because I imagine it's not all happening within the same day. It's gotta be happening, over a course of a few days, huh? So where are our rations? Does one of us, have a knapsack for everybody? Does everybody get crackers and a drink? You can't exactly walk away with a gaping hole in your back, now can you, Zenji?
Huh? No.
Why are you so aggressive? You want to file a complaint? No, not really. Zenji's not the most pleasant person to deal with. Very abrasive.
Huh?
And every time he always just has to start it off with just something mean.
Seriously?
Yes, Zenji. Since he blew up half the world, I don't think he's really that, hesitant of blowing up the other half. And now we get to this. Yeah, surprisingly, I don't think everybody's a waste of space. If I had to make a reference to this SMT, I'd have to say that Zenji is definitely a chaos guy. He's very much pro survival of the fittest. Says the guy who can literally just copy everybody.
But
Nobody should work hard because they all suck. You should just be naturally good. Don't work for your success, just be good automatically off the bat.
seriously?
That's kind of like anti-Darwinian. Or kind of.
Yes.
Talking with you ruins my whole day. Damn. I'm starting to think Zenji might be a little tsundere, if I had to use the term. You know, if I was playing like in the original Japanese, he'd be saying baka so much. So wait, he doesn't like people who work hard, and he doesn't like people who think they're better than him. He doesn't like individual. Like, what do you want, dude? I could just copy everybody. Well, not everybody has the synchronization power, now do they? I don't get what Zenji, like... I'm just gonna say he envies them. I think Zenji really wants to do the work hard thing, but since he has synchronization, he can just, like, copy everybody. So he loses a bit of a challenge. I mean, it sounds like a really sweet ability, but still.
But huh?
Yeah, everybody is their own self.
No.
You can't replace a person. No life is insignificant. Okay, I guess we made a decent impression on Zenji. I guess he doesn't think we're an asshole for once. That's cool. And hey, let's move on to Yoko. Yoko's a character I don't use much, but let's talk to her. I mentioned earlier in a previous update that Yoko wanted to be a pop star. We're gonna learn a little bit more about that.
No.
I'm too average, says the person who can read minds.
Yes.
You'd think Yoko would be more like the cheerleader character who's all peppy and happy, but no, she's a little deeper than that. Who has a complex about being average. There's value in anyone.
Huh?
In this game, it's a little harder to pick what sounds like the correct answer.
You're right.
Again, like Persona, at least you get some kind of inclination. Like, you get some kind of hint. like if you play it over and over again, like saying, "Oh, I didn't do that one right." At least there's like little stars that pop out of a person's head, and that says, "Oh, you did it right. Good for you." But with this, there's like there's nothing. There's only the possibility that you might be able to reattempt it, but still. So Yoko wants to be a singer.
But you know...
But the reason why she doesn't become a singer is because her ability just lets her cheat. So she kind of has the opposite issue of Zenji, where Zenji's kind of like, you know what? Screw it. I hate people who work hard. I can just be whatever. With Yoko, she's like, I don't want to do the thing I want to do because it's so easy for me. Because she can just brain hack people. Someone's in a bad mood. She can just literally brain hack people and like mess around with their head just to make them think that her songs have meaning and lyrics, whenever she could just literally just be singing like do 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 do, just the most off-key thing. There are so many of these characters who could just use their powers for a get-rich-quick scheme. I think the only character who might have like a bit of difficulty is ironically our main character, because the best he could do is like a fortune teller, and how, you know, people would want to like put much stock into that is debatable. Or you could just play the lottery over and over again.
But...
So just work hard, improve your song or your image or whatever.
But you know...
To get these kids off the stage. Okay. Exactly, she could just like literally mind fuck them in order to win. So just don't do it. How about just not using it? Just don't use your power. Yeah, the temptation's there, but doesn't that make your whole point stronger? Like, I could have done that, but I didn't. I did it all by myself. No cheats. Just don't use any cheats. Just do it all you. Just do it naturally.
No.
Well, so what you're saying is that Mana should have your dream instead of you. Is that what you're trying to say? I mean, as far as like appearances go, Yoko is pretty much like every anime female character, with the exceptions of villains or joke characters, looks the exact same. There is no blemishes. There is no like deficiencies. They're all perfect. I like how you put a filter on your voice. How did you put a filter on your voice? Is it the acoustics in the room, or it lacks sex appeal?
I see.
Singing is difficult. There's vocal maintenance, there's practicing, there's rhythm.
But
Huh?
Maybe because you don't have any self-confidence. That's the reason why it lacks the passion.
I see.
You keep feeling like your gift's holding you back, and therefore it does. But it's not really your gift, it's you. There's the answer. Let's talk to Agito. At least he's not going to be all goofy about his dreams and stuff.
mm-hmm.
You're delighted that I don't see eye to eye to you in the fact that you want to be best buds with the main bad guy. It's really difficult for you to see why I want to be friends with him. Little bit. It's a little hard to kind of like process that. But no, you're not stupid.
Huh?
I'm not necessarily saying I see, like... I'm not necessarily saying I see what Agito sees, but I'm not gonna consider him an enemy as long as he doesn't stab me in the back. Also, Agito's cool.
I see. Mm-hmm.
But I didn't rank any of my friends. Everybody was number one.
But
Everybody's equally close, but no one's the closest. So Agito doesn't have a best friend. So you're saying there's an opening.
yeah.
So Sho's very forward.
You're right. Huh?
The end would probably stab you in the face if you're not the traitor.
Well,
I don't think he thinks you're a friend, Agito. I think he just thinks you're a stupid guy. Unless you're a traitor, then he might think you're a friend. But I don't think you're the traitor, so... For now, you're his enemy. So we might end up becoming best friends with Agito. My official nomination for best friend status. Hot diggity dog. Alright, finally, enough talking. Now we can proceed with the missions. Halfway through the episode. First, let's find Mana's mission. There it is. The first floor, place to shine. So naturally, we had to have Mana in our party in order for this to actually be a thing that we can do. It was either between Zenji and Agito, and I realized, no, there's only Agito. So despite the fact that this is on the first floor, this actually was a relatively difficult mission for me. And there's also a little bit of dialogue between Mana and Sho during the mission. I don't know what deco means. Maybe if you do like what JoJo does and just say, like, call out your attacks, that might be kind of cute. Or at the very least, it sounds cool.
Let's go.
So I learned some new moves, like Mystic Shot. That has a possibility of instantly killing an opponent. So it's pretty good. Takes up a lot of GP and sanity, but it's pretty good. So I gave all of Himino's fire stuff to Mana. And we haven't used Mana in a while, since like the first episode. So she's learned a few techniques. And I also gave Toya Himino's ice abilities. So now he has a move called Icicle Cannon, which is pretty good.
Maybe this power's good for more.
And he also laughs maniacally while he does it. That's pretty good. It does decent damage, but it pales in comparison to Nagi's move that she learned. Not Mind's Eye. It's a different one.
On my way. Let's see to those wounds. Let's get this show on the road.
And Agito actually learned more than a few new cool moves. Like one of my favorites, Cruel Step, which goes full Nightcrawler. He just bamps around and uses a knife. Yeah, there we go.
Too slow.
Cerebi learned a few new tricks since the last update. So that's kind of makes up for all the talking. A little bit.
Not good.
Yeah, despite the fact that this is on the first floor, the enemies still do some pretty good damage. And apparently can just do assist attacks all day. Ooh. And Toya is not looking great. And also Mr. I Can Dodge Everything gets shot again. Although, you know, Show's doing pretty good so far. I'm pretty sure if Mana dies in this particular mission, we might lose. I think. I think that defeats the whole purpose of the mission itself.
Take this. Let's go. I know your moves.
So Rubble Strike is still awesome. Yeah. It gets better as you upgrade it. But let's see what Mana can do. Earth Crash sounds pretty good. But it also might hit Show. Now it won't.
Here I go.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. That's pretty good.
That was easy, right?
And now she wants to have a little pep talk.
No.
What? Everyone is blinding. I don't get some of the things that these characters say. And she does the little cat face every time she does a little...
This isn't good.
She has the little cat face every time she talks. Like, is that part of the whole cuteness appeal? And now it's time for Nagi's best move, and why Nagi's awesome. Thanks to George being dead. Silent Slash. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's a... Think like Agito's backstab abilities, but times like 1,000.
Let's see that.
It's pretty good.
Let's get this show on the road.
Anyway, Agito has a new means of attacking. which I'm probably going to be abusing the hell out of, and just not using his standard old knife. Because Cruel Step does some pretty decent damage. And Icicle Cannon did not do much for Toya's sanity. Nice camera angle. Again, that's one of this game's issues. Camera angles, the loading, and... Oh, and it's freaking like... how easy it is for this thing to freeze up. Yeah, I'll bring that up in the next update, but this game freezes up like a bitch sometimes. It's not great. It's really not great. Like how easy this game freezes up. I mean, maybe it's just my PS3, but I'm pretty sure that this game just like has a very hard issue with freezing.
Facing hostile resistance.
Yeah, so I just abuse Silent Slash from now on, because it's one of my favorite moves. So yay, we did Mana's side quest.
No.
How stupid of an idea would that be to tease someone because they have super strength? How stupid is that? Haha, you're super strong. Nerd. You get punched in the freaking face by, like, Superman.
What?
I don't know, Mana, that sounds a bit sketch. I'm a comrade to those who accept me. So if the End accepted me, I might be on his side. I don't know. Anyway, bye! I mean, it's very sweet. Also, we get research reports on Mana. So that works for everybody's side mission. That's very sweet of Mana to put her absolute trust in us, but also it makes you kind of wonder if in certain instances where she ends up being the traitor, it's not great, because she might, you know, backstab you just because the End, quote-unquote, accepts her. Or acts like he accepts her.
Not a good feeling.
But there's one thing we can say for certain.
Still trying to debate on who the traitor is in this particular update. And I do find out in whenever I did this recording who the traitor was. Of course, I'm not going to spoil it until maybe the next update. But it's not Yoko.
Hey.
And I don't know if it's Marco. I'm not entirely certain of who the traitor was in this particular update, but by the next one, if I don't outright spoil it, you'll find out. Yeah, because then I did the vision forecast. So at this point, I know who it is. But we'll have a definitive, if not after this mission, then it'll be, if it's not... Oh, wait. No, I think I did some... Either way, we'll find out who the traitor is by the next update. If not then the one after that. But for once, we're gonna throw Yoko into our team. Does that mean Zenji might be the traitor? I don't know. Maybe he might, maybe he's not.
Commencing assault.
Who knows? Who can say for real?
Well then.
Alright, now I'm able to show off Thor's rage.
Understood.
Because Nagi has enough GP to pull it off. And it's gonna be awesome. I was trying to get all 4 of them, like, attacked by it, but I could only just get 2. Oh, I really wanted to kill all 4 of them with it. Really bad. I really wanted to get all 4 of them with Thor's rage. But I can only get 2. And I had to make peace with that. I just really wanted it to happen. So I just went with the front 2.
Take this.
Yeah. It's a rider kick infused with Thor's fury. Just with thunder and lightning.
A concerted strike. Leave it to me.
It's pretty good.
Let's do this. Let's get this show on the road. Hey, check this out. Roger that. Well then.
An icicle cannon goes really far. It's a pretty good move, but it does do a pretty decent amount of GP and sanity. And Toya misses. Yes, Toya, that is pretty bad. Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Leave it to me.
I don't know why in this particular playthrough Toya has to miss everything, but he misses everything. Just everything he misses. Phase Blade, pretty good. It's a long-range attack for Agito. And it does decent damage, so he has a long-range attack.
Too slow.
And unlike someone, he doesn't miss.
Too slow.
Agito just uses a basic long-range attack by throwing his knife, which Sojiro does on the reg. And Toya has a super awesome ice cannon attack, but he cannot hit anybody with it.
Let's go.
Facing hostile.
Come on, Toya. I really want you to do good, man. I really want you to just be awesome. But you are making this very hard. Maybe Gamma Flare will do better. Hey, there you go.
Takes care of that.
You don't get to be cocky like Toya. I just wanted to be treated equal because I'm super awesome and I'm part of the elite. Misses every shot.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Is that why you want to be treated equal? Hey man, we're all equal. Just because I miss like damn near more than half my attacks. Dude, if we were treating everybody based on how well they did in combat, freaking Nagi and Agito would be at the top of the pyramid. That's how this would work. And more or less they are.
Move out.
Because Nagi gets particle crushed. Yeah, Nagi's powers aren't really so much of her being able to float, it's her manipulating gravity. And therefore, she gets to literally increase gravity on another target so hard that it crushes them. Also, Yoko is actually a pretty decent buffer. Because she can raise everybody's stats with her Brain Hacker move. Yeah. And by all stats, I mean all stats. And that goes to ludicrous levels whenever you pair that up with Zenji. Who can, like, synchronize with everybody, and then gain everybody's stat boosts, and then gain them again. Because Zenji does, like, ridiculous stuff when it comes to, like, stat boosts. To, like, self-buffing. It gets to ridiculous levels.
You're off target.
Yeah, so far Nagi's doing pretty well. So far Nagi isn't missing any of her shots. This is why it would be so bad if Nagi was the traitor. It'd be terrible.
Let's go.
I'm a
Let's
little
get this show on the
tired.
road.
Although apparently Brain Hacker takes a lot out of Yoko, and I'd imagine that'd be fair. I was trying to see... I haven't gotten the ability where Agito can just teleport everybody right next to him. Not yet. So, Cruel Step. It's pretty good.
Here I go.
It's pretty solid.
I'm a little tired.
Yeah, Yoko has lost a lot of GP and SP and sanity by using that ability of hers. However, she can cure a person's sanity,
Appreciate it.
so that's not bad.
Let's do this.
Can't focus.
And now it's time for Thousand Knives, which I like a lot.
This power.
Because she's basically doing what Dio did in JoJo. You couldn't see it that well, but I'm sure I show it off a little bit better in the next update. She basically levitates a bunch of knives and just throws them at whoever the unlucky bastard is who's in the way of them. Oh, it's great. Every one of Nagi's moves are awesome. They are all the best. Mystic Shot occasionally will cause instant death on a target. So it's pretty good. And so is Agito's, I think it's Phase Blade. It's one of the moves where he throws his knife, where it just instantly kills a target.
Too slow.
Okay, so like, he can dodge automatic Gatling gun fire, but he can't dodge a guy with a sword arm. This game handles RNG pretty weird.
Who's this? How's this?
And our main hero character cannot hit a guy who's right in front of him, point blank. I think Mystic Shot actually one-hit kills this guy. Oh, yep. No, but it does critical damage. Not bad.
Just as I thought.
And then he gets zero hit. Like,
Focus.
again, the RNG in this game, literally, this is RNG the game. I don't know how else I can better describe it. A little ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous. So instead of having what would be another, like, 10 minutes of me just, like, doing a vision quest of every one of my party members to see who the traitor is, yeah, I cut all that out. Mainly because you kind of get the idea, and also because it kind of adds a little bit of... It adds a little bit of tension whenever it comes down to the vote. And also, this isn't a definitive guide of who is the traitor every time. The only, like, definitive traitor for every single new playthrough is George, and that's only on the first stratum.
Okay.
Oh, and also, quick thing. If for some reason somebody asks, hey, I don't know who the traitor is, can you just tell me who you think it might be? If you tell the person, I think you're the traitor, they won't like that very much, and they'll be very likely to vote you off the island or the tower. So at this point, I did not know. But so far, it's not looking great for Marco. Will that change in the next update? Who knows? I guess we'll have to find out. So yeah, I just skip all the... Yeah, I skip it. I skipped all the vision thing. So until next time, thank you so much for watching.